who are dual sports for? I think dual sports are one of those bikes that just works for so many things that everybody really that rides motorcycles should have one in their garage. You know, it's not going to be a go to Sturgis bike from Seattle, but it's a greatest thing to ride around town. It's awesome to go explore fire roads, go camping on it, explore little dead ends and find the little trails that go through, wheelie, jump over curbs. You know, it's like having a pickup truck. You can go get the mail on it, or you can take it down the street, commute it. It's just a beautiful thing. This is my third one, and it's the best one. You know, it's probably the best dual sport ever made. I know that that's probably controversial to say, but you know, KTM's and Husqvarna's and all that, they have more horsepower and they might have a better suspension and stuff like that, but this bike you could ride around the world and change the oil 3 times, you know. Those bikes, you gotta have screens and filters and $70 oil. This bike will run for the next 100 years on the worst oil you can find, changing it every 8,000 and the filter every 16. Yeah, best dual sport bike ever, maybe. I mean, I thought about the 701 long range briefly, you know, and then I went, you know, it's twice as much money, and I don't really think I need a 70 horsepower motorcycle that weighs 330 pounds, because I'll kill myself on that thing. And this one is perfectly happy ripping through the corners and banking way over and going over the speed limit and doing wheelies. And you know, if you could learn how to do an awesome 5th gear wheelie on this bike, then you'd probably be a better rider than a guy who can wheelie a Husqvarna in 5th gear. But yeah, I rode my buddy's. He had a 690 KTM, I think, in 2017, and he offered me what when I bought my KLX, he told me, you can have it for what I owe on it. I said okay, and it was like $7 grand, and it had 200 miles on it. And I thought long and hard about it and got that KLX for $3,300 or something, and had plenty of fun on the KLX. And I think I did things on that bike that I would never have tried on a bike, you know, with 70 horsepower and heavier too. So I don't know, maybe I made the wrong decision, but I kind of like how smooth this bike is, how efficient it is, how quiet it is. Yeah, dual sport, get one. You know, a lot of one-trick ponies out there, you know, like a Harley Davidson or something. My buddy had one, and what's that car? Oh, that's that new Corvette. Oh man, that's such a dope ride. He had a Harley Street Glide, and he said, dude, every time I was out on a ride, I'd get to some beautiful road, and I'd have to ride it like a Harley through the corners, or you know, the foot pegs would scrape if you just like put it on the side stand, and it just wasn't fun for me. I'm never gonna have a bike that isn't fun in the corners again, you know. And this bike is fun in the corners. The brakes dive when you smash them, the suspension squats and all that, but it's a competent bike. And at me at 240 pounds or something right now with all this gear on and pockets full of steel, you know, it works. Whoop. It works, and it's a little floaty at times, and it bottoms out sometimes on some of the bigger bumps in the road and potholes and stuff, but 95% of the miles are trouble-free, easy, fun, beautiful, quiet, exciting. What else can I say? I'm kind of in love with this bike. and I'm glad I ordered one. I put my money down January 6th, the day that they announced, or the day after they announced that the bike was coming to America, is when I put my money down. And glad I did, because the dealer told me that supplies are limited. We ordered 24 of them. We got 10 orders in the first week. We ordered 24 of them, and Honda sent us 4, which was basically one of each. And by each I mean Rally ABS, 300L ABS. Those are the 4 that they got, one of each. And the other dealer in my neighborhood didn't think that they would sell a Rally with ABS or something, so they only ordered like 2 or 3 bikes. And I think the way it sounded when I was in there is that Honda made them wait until they got their first order to reorder. So my dealer was just getting ready to put in their second order for 24 or whatever. They, you know, it's a hopeful order again to try to get as many as they could. So they're hot ticket commodity right now. Watch the used market. I'm sure that people that had a 250L Rally will sell it and buy a 300L Rally and be like, I'm never gonna ride the 250 again. Or tragically they'll lower them and make it into a wife bike that the wife never rides, so they'll be off the market for a few years. But let's see if we can coax a wheelie out of this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gotta cover that rear brake. Getting crazy, oh man. But anyway, yeah, that was third gear. What a fun bike. Just being on a dual sport bike in the city, so much fun. Just potholes and handicap ramps and vacant lots, whoops in the road, whatever you can find to play on. Is your life is an oyster, or whatever they say. Great bike. Have a good one.